Good evening, gamers. My name is Jonathan Q. Tuttle. I've wanted to make video games since I was in 5th grade, and while I have a pretty successful career in medical software, it's still not my passion and it's still not making video games. So rather than go back to school, what I've decided to do is go outside the box with my education and start this video blog podcast series. Basically what I want to do is take a game, break it down, maybe break down a single aspect, a single level, a single idea, see what makes it tick, what perhaps could help myself in the future in terms of making a game, or help others for that matter, or just something interesting. Like I said, it could be a boss, could be a gameplay mechanic, but just really focusing on the overall experience of the game. You know, what's that formula that makes that game good? For some things, it's little attention to details. For some things, it's a much bigger picture that needs to be broken down. So that's one part of this. Another part of this is I'll be doing a podcast where I interview game designers, game artists, cosplayers, people in the gaming community to kind of get their opinion in terms of what makes a game good, what they like, have them break some things down and talk to me about what they're doing. That way, you know, we can all learn together, hopefully. So today I'm doing Super Mario Brothers for the original NES. Alright, so for any game designer, the beginning of the game is classically brilliant. Here you immediately learn how to kill an enemy, that question marks have power-ups, that when you're bigger you can destroy blocks. It's all the rules of the game within about 5 seconds. Wonderfully crafted. In fact, if you continue to play Super Mario Brothers games after this one, you'll find that a lot of them start off with that beginning intro because it was so well done, so well executed. Shigeru Miyamoto himself, the game designer, has even often talked about how important that beginning is to teaching players the game. So that's not the focus of my video. That's just the setup. In that we can see we get taught the rules of the game. We know what the rules of the game are. What I want to show you is actually in the second world. So normally when you jump over these moving platforms and you continue on through the pipe, you're going to go to the next level. Unless you're like me and you screw up what you're trying to show and you die. Fantastic. Anyways, so either somebody shows you this secret or you discover it on your own. And I find it much more rewarding when you discovered this on your own. And I'm going to give a little explanation as to why. The boundaries of the game are set in the beginning, okay? But all of a sudden, you break the boundaries of the game by jumping on top of the level, and you're rewarded for doing this with the secret warp zone to forward levels. When I was a kid and I found this discovery, I was like, I'm the best Super Mario Brothers player ever, you know. In fact, because of that secret, I probably haven't played level 1-3 in like over a decade. Why is that secret so important? Well, what it started to create is a trend in Super Mario Brothers. It started to create this idea that you're going to be rewarded for finding secrets, and a lot of 2D platforms started to follow suit. Donkey Kong Country, for example, also followed suit. Every so often there would be another secret, and finding and discovering those secrets in this 2D platform, it was extremely rewarding, let alone what they actually gave you. Now, a lot of the things modern-wise are not as great as warping to the next level, but this, back then, that was huge. And I feel as though any gamer that played this game 30 plus years ago and was affected by this, not only did this affect the way they play games, but the way they look at life. Let me explain. Let me read you a quote. So the quote I'm going to read is from Star Trek The Next Generation. It's the last episode of the entire series, All Good Things. It's between Captain Jean-Luc Picard and Q. This is Q talking. We wanted to see if you had the ability to expand your mind and your horizons. And for one brief moment, you did. For that one fraction of a second, you were open to options you had never considered. That is the exploration that awaits you. Not mapping the stars and studying nebula, but charting the unknown possibilities of existence. And while I don't think a video game is charting the unknown possibilities of existence, I think it's expanding your mind in thinking of approaching things that aren't obvious. To take the rules inside that box and think outside them. Because that's what you're doing when you find that secret. You innately think, you were taught in the beginning of the game, these are the rules, and then you, by default, see this screen with the score, and you think that's your playing field. And to jump over that, to break that, I think that's a remarkable thing for a video game, and that really affects the way you start to look at other things in life. Is, can I break or push over the rules that will get me something better? Not in a malicious way, an intelligent and creative way. So subscribe, like, comment below, follow us on Facebook, Twitter. What I'd really like is actually your feedback in terms of what games or what aspects of a game do you think would be really good to learn as a game designer. Nintendo is a large portion of my childhood, so that's where I'm starting. But there are plenty of games out there, off levels, that one weird thing in that game that isn't popular that you think, you know what, this made me want to get into games, or game designer, or whatever. I'd like to hear those things, so by all means, send me a message on Twitter or post in the comments. That'd be great. Thank you.